Ranked at number 10 is Heinz Guderian, the brilliant architect of blitzkrieg, or lightning warfare. He completely revolutionized modern combat by proving that tanks, mechanized infantry, and air support must strike together as one fast, unstoppable fist. Leading his panzer divisions directly from the front lines in World War II, his aggressive speed shattered enemy defenses and changed the face of armored warfare forever. Instead of using tanks purely to support the infantry, Guderian envisioned independent armored divisions that could penetrate deep behind enemy lines. His daring strategies led to the swift fall of France in 1940. He also insisted that every single tank must be equipped with a radio for real-time communication. This technological edge allowed his crews to outmaneuver their enemies and rewrite military history. At number 9 is the Duke of Wellington, one of the greatest defensive geniuses in history. He was a master of tactics, famous for his reverse slope strategy, where he hid his soldiers behind hills to protect them from enemy artillery. His legendary career reached its ultimate peak in 1815 at Waterloo, where his stubborn determination and flawless positioning finally defeated Napoleon Bonaparte. Wellington was a perfectionist who personally oversaw every detail of his army's logistics, ensuring his troops were always well supplied and fed. Before Waterloo, he spent years fighting the French in Spain and Portugal, masterfully using fortified lines and hit-and-run tactics to exhaust a much larger enemy force. His strict discipline and calm under heavy pressure made him an undefeated legend. Taking the 8th spot is Alexander Suvorov, a military phenomenon who never lost a single battle in his entire career of over 60 campaigns. He believed that speed, surprise, and aggressive offense were the ultimate keys to victory. Even when facing overwhelming enemy numbers, his intense leadership and brilliant bayonet charges allowed him to achieve the impossible every single time. Suvorov was deeply loved by his men because he lived just like a regular soldier, sleeping on straw and eating the same rations. He captured massive fortresses that were considered completely impregnable, such as Izmail. He later wrote a legendary military manual called The Science of Victory, which emphasized that a fast, decisive assault was always superior to a long, exhausting siege. At number 7 is Robert E. Lee, the most brilliant tactical mind of the American Civil War. Commanding a poorly equipped and heavily outnumbered army, he consistently defeated larger forces through sheer tactical maneuvering and psychological warfare. He possessed an incredible ability to read his opponent's weaknesses, allowing him to win legendary battles against impossible odds. Lee's greatest masterpiece was the Battle of Chancellorsville, where he daringly divided his smaller army in the face of a massive enemy force, launching a surprise flank attack that led to a stunning victory. His aggressive instincts and deep understanding of terrain allowed the Confederacy to survive years longer than expected against the industrial might of the North. Ranked at number 6 is Erich von Manstein, widely considered the most gifted operational brain of World War II. He designed the brilliant surprise attack through the Ardennes forest that crushed France in 1940. Later, on the Eastern Front, his masterful operational maneuvers and swift counterattacks successfully stabilized broken front lines even when his army faced total destruction. Manstein's tactical genius was proven during the Third Battle of Kharkov, where he used a backhand blow strategy, allowing the enemy to advance before launching a devastating counter-offensive that wiped out massive Soviet forces. He was a master of mobile defense, calculating enemy movements like a chess grandmaster to win major victories against overwhelming numbers. Taking the 5th spot is Khalid ibn al-Walid, one of the few military commanders in world history to remain completely undefeated. Known as the Sword of Allah, he fought in over 100 battles against the mighty Byzantine and Persian empires. Despite almost always being outnumbered, his revolutionary cavalry tactics and speed made him unstoppable. Khalid was a master of psychological warfare and quick adaptation. At the Battle of Yarmouk, he successfully coordinated a massive sandstorm and a brilliant cavalry charge to completely crush a Byzantine army that was 4 times larger than his own. His ability to move his desert warriors with unbelievable speed allowed him to conquer vast territories in record time. Ranked at number 4 is Georgy Zhukov, the man who saved the Soviet Union from total destruction in World War II. He was a master of large-scale operations and iron discipline. Zhukov successfully orchestrated the legendary defense of Moscow and the brilliant encirclement of the German 6th Army at Stalingrad, turning the entire tide of the war. Zhukov was a relentless commander who utilized massive artillery bombardments and overwhelming armored assaults. His ultimate masterpiece was Operation Bagration, a colossal offensive that completely crushed the German front line. His unstoppable momentum culminated in the fierce Battle of Berlin, where he personally forced the unconditional surrender of Nazi Germany. Taking the bronze medal at number 3 is George S. Patton, America's most aggressive and brilliant tank commander. Known for his fierce personality and motto, "Attack, attack, and attack again," he moved his troops with unprecedented speed. During World War II, his legendary Third Army advanced across Europe faster than any other force in American history. Patton's greatest tactical achievement occurred during the Battle of the Bulge. In the dead of winter, he masterfully wheeled his entire army 90 degrees north in just 3 days, launching a brilliant counterattack that saved trapped American forces. His absolute mastery of mobile, armored warfare made him feared by enemy generals and loved by his men. Winning the silver medal at number 2 is Erwin Rommel, the legendary Desert Fox. He was World War II's most dynamic panzer general, famous for leading his troops directly from the absolute front line. In the harsh deserts of North Africa, his lightning-fast decisions and brilliant deceptions repeatedly humiliated much larger British forces. Rommel was a master of psychological warfare. He often attached fake wood and canvas to ordinary trucks to make his tank force look twice as large, causing the enemy to retreat in panic. His unmatched ability to exploit chaos on the battlefield and strike when least expected earned him the deep respect of both his allies and his bitterest enemies, taking the ultimate number 1 spot as the greatest military commander in history is Carl Gustaf Emil Mannerheim. He was the brilliant strategist who achieved the absolute impossible, saving a small, outnumbered nation from total destruction by the world's most terrifying military superpower, the Soviet Union. During the Winter War of 1939, Mannerheim faced a massive Red Army that possessed thousands of tanks and airplanes. Finland had almost none. Instead of panicking, Mannerheim utilized the brutal winter environment as a deadly defensive weapon, creating the legendary fortified Mannerheim Line. Mannerheim's tactical genius lay in his deep understanding of mobile defense and guerrilla warfare. He empowered his highly mobile ski troops to execute the brilliant Motti tactic, slicing massive Soviet columns into small, isolated pockets and completely destroying entire enemy divisions. His extraordinary leadership unified the entire Finnish nation during its darkest hours. By successfully defending his homeland against overwhelming odds in both the Winter War and the Continuation War, Field Marshal Mannerheim guaranteed that Finland remained a free, independent country. From the revolutionary tank tactics of Heinz Guderian to the legendary defense of Marshal Mannerheim, these 10 generals proved that true military genius is not just about having the biggest army. It is about adaptability, psychological warfare, and absolute mastery of the battlefield. Who do you think was the most brilliant commander on our list? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching our countdown of history's greatest military minds. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and see you in the next epic video.